I want to rot13 encode the subtitles in this video file. One of the subtitles I saw was music fades, so we can look for that. So there it is. And so we have a bunch of subtitles here in different languages. If you look at the format, they all begin with a null byte, and then there's a subtitle. We have carriage return new line in this case, and they all end with 9B82. So we can try and write a regex to match subtitles. So we're gonna start with a null byte, and then any character, a sequence, and then x9b, x82. And you can see that we're matching some subtitles here, but this is clearly a false positive. That's not a subtitle. If we go back to the start of the file, look at our matches. This is this might be a subtitle. I'm not too sure. This is clearly a false positive. So just matching dot period like this, or rather matching dot plus like this is too matches too many things. So that won't work. So what we can try instead is to match for printable, or rather for ASCII characters. So only bytes in the ASCII range. So we'll go hex 0 to hex 7f. So okay, that's good. That's a subtitle. If we go next. So that looks promising. We have a whole bunch of subtitles matching. There's no false positives. Now the problem is, if we go back to music fades, and we try to match subtitles here. Oh, so actually, it doesn't even match music fades because by default, character classes in Vim never contain the new line character. So we can just go here and add \__ at the beginning of the character class, and then it will match new line characters. So you can learn more about this here. So now we match music fades and we match some other stuff, but you can see there's clearly like other subtitles in here. We don't match them just because they have some UTF-8 bytes. So this is some UTF-8 character, and we don't match that. So dot is too permissive. If we restrict to ASCII, that's too restrictive. So what we really want to do is match a sequence of UTF-8 characters between the null byte and 9B82. So let's do that. So I have a regex here for matching UTF-8. So we can just quickly fix it up to match the Vim syntax. So I'm just gonna delete this, join this. So this is not hex 80 to hex FF. This is actually hex 0 to hex 7F. That's just ASCII. Okay, now we need to add square brackets like this around hex escapes. So we can write a small macro that does this. So let's write a regex to find occurrences of this sort of expression in here. So we'll go, we want a \_ followed by an x followed by 2 hex characters. And then optionally, we want a hyphen followed by \xxx. Okay, so that looks good. So then you can see now we're matching every whole bunch of hex escapes. Now we want to write a macro to add square brackets around them so that it matches the Vim syntax. So we'll go, we'll record a macro, dgn to delete the next match. We'll add square brackets, capital P to paste, and then L to move the character off of the match, and then stop recording. By the way, dgn is a useful binding. You can learn more about gn here. We'll use it later as well. Gn visually selects the next match. So if I go here and go gn, or rather here, gn, it visually selects the next match. But if there's an operator pending, in this case d, it actually applies the operator to the match. So dgn deletes the next match. So that's a useful one to know. Yeah, so now we can just run aq a whole bunch of times. And there we go. So now we have brackets around all the hex escapes. So Vim will be happy. Now we could go ahead and escape the parentheses and the alternations with backslashes, so it works in Vim. But actually, there's a thing in Vim called magic. So it's effectively different syntaxes for regular expressions. So you can there's 4 modes: very magic, magic, no magic, and very no magic. And if you switch between the different modes, there's different characters will need \escaping to be either literals or meta characters. So anyway, you can learn more about magic over here. So we will be using very magic so that the parentheses and the pipe character work as is. So we'll just go at the beginning and say very magic like this. So now we've switched the regular expression to very magic mode. So we still want the null byte at the beginning, so we'll go %x00. Notice that we don't need to escape the percent because we're in very magic mode, so we can just say this to get the null byte. Oh, let's not forget new line here, \_ before the ASCII range, just to allow new lines. Let's go to the end, go 9b, 82. Again, those were the two trailing bytes. And so this is our UTF-8 matching. We want a sequence of those. So actually no need to escape the plus because we're in very magic mode, so we don't need the \. So that should be a regex that matches the subtitles, right? So a null byte followed by a UTF-8 code point, and then one or more of those followed by the two trailing bytes. So I'm just going to copy that here, go back to the other Vim session, and look for this regex. Oh, actually, I accidentally added a new line at the end, so let's delete that. Unknown operator \%b. Not sure what that means. \%b. Where's that? Huh. Unknown operator \%b. There is no \%. Oh, I understand. Here I forgot the x. What a strange error message. So let's copy that back. Look for this again, remove the null at the end. Okay, this is looking good. So you can see now we match subtitles and there are no false positives, no false negatives. This looks perfect. If we go back to music fades, just to make sure here, go back here and look for this again. You can see here, we match everything perfectly. Okay, so now that we can find subtitles in the file, we can go ahead and write a macro to ROT13 encode everything. So I'm gonna go to the start of the file, record a macro, and I will go n for the next match, then G?gn to ROT13 encode the match. We just gotta give him a second here. There we go. And then stop recording the macro. And again, we use gn here. We also use G?, that was the pending operator in this case. So G?, is ROT13 encodes a motion. So that's how we ROT13 encoded this match here. And now we can go add Q to repeat, and it will apply to the next subtitle. Add Q again, it will apply to the next one. So now we want to keep going like this all the way to the end of the file. There's one problem remaining. When the macro hits the end of the file, it will just wrap around back to the beginning of the file and then mess up all of our work. So when the macro reaches the end of the file, we want to stop there. There's an option for that, so we can set no wrap scan. So the option is called wrap scan, and it controls whether a search can wrap around to the end of the file. So we don't want to wrap at the end of the file, we just want to stop dead. And now, so if we go 99999 add Q, you can see Vim chips away and ROT13 encodes everything. Now this is a little bit slow, as you might notice, and I'm guessing that's just because a lot of the time is spent redrawing. So redrawing is the Vim terminology for redisplaying what's on the screen. So we can go Control C to cancel this. So I think Vim is wasting a lot of time showing me what's happening, but like I don't need to see anything, I just need the macro to run. So there's an option for this too. We can set lazy redraw. So we search for lazy. Lazy redraw makes sure that the screen doesn't get redrawn while a macro is running. So it's going to save us a bunch of time. And so now with lazy set, we can go in 999 add Q again. And it looks like Vim is frozen, but it's actually working in the background. If you go Control C to interrupt, Control C, you can see where I did a different spot in the file and the macro is still running. So let's go back and keep going. Now I can't open the video file due to copyright, but if you were to open this video file after Vim is done doing its thing, all the subtitles would be ROT13.